Hi, I'm back again. I want to share another story with you, another story that I wrote. This is another popular story all over the world, and it's actually pretty popular on my TikTok account. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, my handle is Andromeda Studio. This is my page. Okay, and then to get to the story, just scroll, and it's right here, right below Rahab's story. Rahab is Boaz's mom. So here she is, and then here is Boaz's story. This is my season for grace, for favor. This is my season to bring my song. Alright, that's the song that I added to the story just to, jazz it up a little bit. I created this image. You will never see this image anywhere else but here on my page. If you like it, inbox me and I'll send it to you without the words or without the title on it. But in my mind, this is what Boaz would have looked like. Okay, let's get to the story. The name of the story is Boaz, a man of honor, standing firm in faith and legacy. All right. Let me tell you the story of a man named Boaz. Boaz was a man of strength, honor, and deep faith. Boaz lived long before kings ruled Israel in a town called Bethlehem, during a time when people often did whatever seemed right in their own eyes. But Boaz, he was different. He was very, very different. He was known throughout his community as a man of integrity, someone who treated people fairly, honored God, and followed the laws that had been passed down through generations. Boaz came from a powerful lineage. His father was Salmon, or it's spelled Salmon like the fish. So I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce it like the fish, which would be salmon, or if you pronounce it like salmon. So I did research and they said that you're supposed to say salmon. That's his name, Salmon. So we're gonna go with salmon. And his mother, her name was Rahab. I just showed you the image of Rahab on my TikTok account, so you can read her story too. So his father was Salmon and his mother was Rahab. Rahab was a woman who had once lived in a city called Jericho, and she's known for helping save the lives of 2 Hebrew spies. Her story is good too. Because of her bold faith, Rahab became part of the people of Israel, and eventually she married Salmon. So Boaz grew up as the child of a redeemed woman and a righteous man, and that spirit of redemption was embedded into his own life story. He was part of the tribe of Judah, the same tribe that kings and eventually the Messiah, or Yeshua, or Jesus, whatever you want to call him, would come from. Boaz was a wealthy landowner, but his wealth didn't define him. What made him stand out was how he treated others, especially those who were poor, vulnerable, or overlooked. Now here's where the story gets even more meaningful. There was a woman named Ruth who had gone through deep loss. She had moved to Israel from a foreign land called Moab after her husband died. She was a widow, and in those times that meant she had no protection, no income, and no real place in society. But she stayed loyal to her late husband's family, especially his mother, Naomi. And she also chose to make Naomi's people and Naomi's God her own. And that kind of loyalty was rare. It was very, very unheard of. To survive, Ruth will go into the fields and pick up leftover grain after the workers were done harvesting. It just so happened that she ended up working in Boaz's fields. When Boaz saw her, he noticed her hard work and quiet strength. Instead of taking advantage of her, he protected her. He knew that she was in need, and he still just made sure she was cool. He told his workers to leave extra grain for her. He made sure no one disrespected her. And he actually spoke blessings over her life. He saw her character before he ever considered her as a wife. In ancient Israel, there was a law called the kinsman redeemer law. If a man died and left behind a wife with no children, a close male relative could step in, not just to marry the widow, but to redeem the land, to restore the family's name, and to also make sure that the family line continued. It was a serious responsibility. It meant you were willing to cover someone else's loss with your own strength. And not every man was willing to do that. But Boaz, he was built for it. He was ready. When he found out he was one of the relatives who could redeem Ruth's family line, he didn't move in secret. He did everything openly, legally, and honorably. He went before the elders of the town, explained the situation, and even gave another relative the option to redeem her. But when that man declined, Boaz stepped in, not just as a redeemer, but as a protector, a provider, and a man walking in divine purpose. He married Ruth, and together they had a son named Obed. Obed would become the father of Jesse, and Jesse would become the father of King David. That means Boaz was the great-grandfather of the most well-known king in Israel's history, and an ancestor of Yahshua the Messiah, Jesus. Boaz wasn't chasing power or attention. He just chose to live righteously, treat people well, and obey God. And because of that, his name is remembered forever. His story shows us what real strength looks like. Boaz didn't just save a family. He helped shape a legacy. He reminds us that you never know how far your obedience will reach and how one act of kindness can ripple through generations. He didn't become great by chasing greatness. He became great by doing what was right, even when no one was watching. And just like Boaz, you never know how God might use your faithfulness to restore someone else's hope. Rebuild what was broken, or rebuild what's broken, and bless generations beyond your own. The end. So I hope you enjoyed this story, because I do. I could read it over and over and over and over again. But I hope that this story is inspiring you to pull out your Bible, read a few stories, maybe continue, building a beautiful relationship with God. And yeah, just enjoy your walk. Enjoy your walk with God. Have fun with it. Have fun with the Bible, because the Bible is juicy. It got a lot of good stories up in this joint. Oh yeah, and then let me go back to my song. For grace, for favor, this is my season to relive my song. Go to my page to listen to the song, to read the story, to take in everything, to read more stories from the Bible on my page. And yeah, you can follow me anywhere on social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, where else? LinkedIn. Go to my website, andromedacookstudio.com. This right here is one of my original paintings. It's titled The Flower of Life. I have another one that has like a lot of different colors to it. It's officially a part of the Penn Medicine Hospital's permanent collection. So I only have one left, this one, and she's my baby. But if you would like to purchase her, go to my website, andromedacookstudio.com, to buy her. So hopefully this story gave you hope, and I wish you nothing but love, peace, and blessings.